All right, guys, we're back with round 4 Edison format, Galaxy Gaming in Houston, Texas. This is a 61-man tournament. We're playing for super rare trap dust shoot, 6 rounds of Swiss, cut to top 8. We have myself on the left playing Vayu Turbo and Johnny on the right playing Dragon Turbo. So we missed out on a few cards. Johnny activated trade-in, discarded Blue Eyes, Constance discarded guard, and then upstarts, and then now he Vortex Trooper sends back 2 cards and draws 2. So I remember when Johnny sat down and he played traded. Yeah, you can see the trade in the Blue Eyes. Like my heart sank a little bit. I was like, oh great, this deck. The one deck that scares me the most. Like I used to, people kind of just go into the tournament expecting this deck to brick. Sometimes it might happen, sometimes it won't. So I think you gotta prepare for this deck. It's one of a few big tournaments, RBETs, and in real life, so we gotta start taking this deck a little more seriously. But anyway, yeah. Johnny's fan of the channel, so glad to have him. We'll see how he does here against yours truly. He opened pretty well. And we're both X1, so winner of this match continues on in the tournament. Losers, basically, we have like no shot to make top 8. But they did prizing for 9th through 16th, so we're still, even if we lose, we're still fighting for the prizing. Alright. So, Trooper attacks over Trooper, so we're at 71 to 8,000. And looks like I'm going to set 3. And so I remember something happened here. So he was asking if he could drop the trag that he drew off of the Vortex Trooper, and I told him he couldn't do that. All right, so now here comes 3. At least he was honest. Appreciate the honesty, because some people will just lie and be like, oh no, I had the trag. Okay, so here he passes turn 1 on Future Fusion. So he activates Reckless. So now he's locked. Let's make sure he doesn't draw, because sometimes people forget that they're under Reckless, and they'll draw for their turn. And I forget too. I gotta start remembering that. I need to start carrying my own dice, because in case I forget, I always put a dice when my opponents are under Reckless. So I need to start carrying my own dice. Okay, so here comes Heavy. So I must have Solemn. Yeah, so this is not good. I'm forced to Solemn that Heavy. But this deck, they're going to draw into their Heavy with all that draw power. That's what makes the deck so strong. I was actually talking to, who was it? Dennis. Like, how to make this deck a little more consistent. The Dragon Turbo deck, but it's hard because there's just no room. I told him, how about like triple Vortex Trooper? And their argument was, yeah, I was talking to a few people on my locals. I told them, why not just play triple Vortex Trooper so that you don't brick as much? And they said it's because it takes up their normal. So here he Magical Stones, grabs back the Heavy, ditches Blue Eyes, and yeah, Blue Eyes and Trag. So he replays the Heavy, and now his hand is Debris, Red MD, Card Destruction, Reckless, and Double Debris. So I held the Trap Dust Shoot against this deck because obviously I'm probably anticipating I'm going to get Heavy. So I want him to like summon Debris, and then I Trap Dust Shoot, send back the Red MD. Hope that he only has 1. So I kind of was glad that he pitched the Trag, because now during my turn, depending on what he does, I can be really aggressive. Because I know he doesn't have a Trag. So let's see. Is he going to just poke me? Because he's got, what's his hand? Reckless, Card Destruction, another Debris Dragon. So he could Card Destruction me here if he wants to. Yeah, he could Card Destruction, try to draw into another Red MD, or Pot of Avarice, something like that. Okay. So where's his extra deck? Oh, man. You're supposed to have that out on the table. You see my extra deck's over there. Side and extra. Well, some people keep it on there. Oh, yeah. So I draw for Trooper. Okay, so I have a dead Heavy. You guys saw that in my hand, which does nothing against dragons. The only thing you can hope for is a Heavy their Future Fusion. But like here, is it even worth to heavy him? I remember that's what I was thinking. Like, you're just going to chain the Reckless. Yeah, so my hand is Burial, Raikou, Heavy Storm. Not a very good hand against, and here comes Reckless. So he can't draw. Okay, so he remembered to skip. Good, because people forget sometimes. Let's see. So I'm left with Raikou. Yeah, what's my hand? Raikou, Heavy Storm. Oh, he's about to play Instant Fusion. Or he's thinking about playing. Did he draw into a red MD? So summon Debris Dragon. Yeah, he's got a lot of plays. He could get back a Stone, make a level 8 Synchro, and he has Instant Fusion. He could just... He can make Brio. He can make... Yeah, he can make the 6. He can make a Trident Dragon, too, and just finish me off. What am I at? 35? So he chooses to go Stardust. Oh, he's got Red MD, too. Yeah, this is not good. So Red MD, bring back... I guess he could get Kawaki Meru Drago if he's afraid of Hamster or something. So he chooses Stone, and then here comes Instant. Yeah, so he could just make Brio. I should have just scooped to save time, to be honest. So Brio, yeah, and I did. I was like, yeah, this game. All right, so Johnny takes a quick game 1. Oh, man, I got Dragon Turbo. There's not much I could do there. All right, so game 2, I'm going first. Yeah, this is just the way this matchup goes. The die roll's huge game 1. So, you saw me draw into deck dev. I don't really have much to side against Dragon Turbo, but people told me that it's worth it to just deck dev them and hit their white stones. At least they can't discard like their stones for trait or continents. But I probably wouldn't side it moving forward. At this tournament, I just didn't have much to side against that deck. Okay, so let's see. What's Johnny going to do? So I lured away my Arma, set a monster, set 1 back row. Okay, so here comes Consonants. Discards Debris. See, this is where Deck Dev would have been good. Deck Dev the Debris Dragon, so he can't Consonants it away. Okay, here's Hamster. Get... Yeah, Hamster, get Raikou. I have 1 back row, so we're both at 8,000. Summon Card Trooper, mill Hamster, Vayu. Ooh, we will mill the Vayu. That's a good one. Okay, so this is what? 3,000. Yeah, so we're going to hit him for 3,000. So 8,000, 5,000. And now another back row. So I have Deck Dev, Raikou, and a spell. I think I drew both Deck Devs. So yeah, my other set is a Deck Dev. Let's see if Johnny drew into the Heavy Storm or anything. I got Trooper, Raikou, Hamster. Yeah, so Johnny's hand must not be that good. Doesn't seem like he can do anything. All right. Dragon Turbo. The only time oh, Giant Trunade. So he Trunades my Deck Dev, and then here comes Instant Fusion. So he's at 4,000. Oh, my hand is like Oppression, Deck Dev. Oh, I think I have Rhoda too. So he goes Red MD, banish the Dragon, bring out Blue Eyes. He knows I have Raikou, so he hits over Hamster for 19, and then over Card Trooper for 26 or 24, yeah. So 37, 4,000. And I've got Sirocco, Oppression, Deck Dev. I probably wouldn't side Deck Dev moving forward against this deck, but here we are. I just kind of just testing it out. Not the best time to test out deck dev, but I discussed it with a few people, and that's what they told me. They said to just, it might be worth it just to hit their stones, and then their consonants is dead. And anything they draw, it'll get deck dev, like their debris dragons and all that. So we'll see. Vortex Trooper, if it's in there. Anyways, I Raikou his Red MD, pitch Sirocco. So here I'm afraid of Crow. I'm just hoping that he doesn't Crow me. I always say this in every video, but when your play gets crowed, it hurts so much. Okay, so here comes the Plague, and now Vayu, let's see. He probably doesn't have Crow now, because he probably would have crowed the Plague. Okay, so I think I make either A, Colossal, or B, what's the other card called? Colossal or Dark End Dragon. Now, Dark End is not game. It is what? He's at 4,000. If I go Dark End, it is 38. It's 100 short. Yeah, it's 100 short if I go Dark End. Okay, so let's see which decision I make. Do I want to leave him at 100, or do I go for like a Colossal Fighter that's going to be hard? Based on his hand, oh, I go for this play. Is this game? Okay. Oh, yeah, that was game. That was 23. Yeah, he takes 23. I forgot I play Armor Arm. Yeah, that's exact game. I don't know if is it game through Gores? Can he drop Gores on the burn damage from Armor Arm? I think he can. Yeah. So that was, I think that was not game through Gores. I don't remember. I got to ask my friend John that one again. Or maybe some of you guys in the comments can answer that one. Can he drop the Gores on that burn damage right there with the Armor Arm? I think it's different in Edison. I've discussed this with John, but I don't remember. The Armor Arm versus Gores ruling. Okay, anyways, here comes game 3. He opened Future Fusion, searches 2 blue eyes. At least he drew 1. I remember whenever he played the Future Fusion, only searched 2 blue eyes. I was a little happy. I was like, okay, at least you drew 1. And he didn't even draw. He just hard drew the Future Fusion. All right, continents, trade in. He's already checking his rejuve count, which is at 2, and now it's at 3. Oh my god, I'm getting destroyed this game. Future Fusion, 3 draw cards. Oh yeah, he's got rejuve too. Yeah, he's setting everything. And now the rejuve. Should be 3, right? 1, 2, 3. Yep. So now he's got a full hand. Let's see if I can get out of this. I sight out Heavy Storm against his deck. What am I going to hit? The Reckless Greeds? The Future Fusion? It's like not worth it. Maybe I could keep 1 MST in if I go first, because I can like MST the Future Fusion or end phase MST a Reckless, but going second, nah. I'm not citing it. All my Spawn Trap removal was gone. So you can see here I'm just being aggressive. Like, you opened insane. The only way I'm going to win is if I'm like super aggressive. And then now I set 3. That's what you have to do in these situations. Like, just... He's up like how many cards on me? 7. He's about to have 9 cards in his hand. Maybe he's got double Reckless. And that'll put him at, what, 11 cards? No, I think he had 6, right? And then 7, 8. Yeah, he's at 9. He should be at 9 cards. And if he activates Reckless again, he'll be at 11 cards. Highly likely that he'll draw into the Heavy Storm or True Nate, because we saw he's on both. Okay. So what will he do? Ooh, he set the Trunade. And I chained the Dust Shoe. So I like to hold the Dust Shoe for like a red MD play. So his hand is Lightning Vortex, Nobleman, Consonance, Card Destruction, Double Reckless, Heavy, Consonance. So his hand is dead. And he's under Reckless, but next turn he can double Reckless me if he wants to. And he puts back a spell. I couldn't see what spell it was. So we're at 8,000 to 4,000. And he has that out to like just wipe my field if he chooses to. So yeah, Lightning Vortex, discard. The Dead Future Fusion is not going to need it anymore. I think the only way he'll need it is if like he avarices stuff back. So here he's debating on activating card destruction. So if you can see my hand, it is Bottomless, Torrential, and DD Crow. That's my hand. I can't do anything except set the back rows next turn, which he has Heavy Storm. So he's just debating, should I card destruction here, even though you have double Reckless. I think what he could do is set the 2 Recklesses and then card destruction. Let's see what he decides to do. Maybe keep some of the cards that you need. What was his hand? Like a bunch of draw cards. No, I think maybe the correct play is just to set the 2 Reckless. Because you know 2 of my cards are back rows. Yeah, you know 2 of my cards are back rows. Unless if you're afraid of return from a different dimension. That's like the only thing. But then you can just heavy my return. Yeah, because I would have to draw, set 2. What are you afraid of if you're Johnny? Dark Armed, I guess, is something you're afraid of. But remember, I have 2 face down set. You're not afraid of return because you can just heavy during your turn and return's not a problem. So yeah, you can tell he's taking a while to make this decision on whether or not to activate the card destruction. And yeah, so he's counting his deck. I remember when I was sitting down playing, I was hoping he card destruction me. Okay, so yeah, because I know my back row's going to get Heavy Storm, so I'd rather get a new hand. So yeah, he chooses to get rid of the Recklesses. I don't know. What would I have done in that scenario? Maybe I would have set the 2 Recklesses and then played card destruction. But he card destruction his whole hand, and here comes Avarice. Come on, Crow! Crow! No. I'm only siding 2. Every time I side, there's times when I've sided triple Crow. And whenever I side 2, it's like this happens. Maybe I should go back to 3. I mean, he was bound to see that Avarice, though. He discarded, what, like 7 cards off of the card destruction? Or was it 6? Anyway, here comes Debris Dragon. Oh, I drew Solemn, Card Trooper, and another card. So he brings out Whitestone. He's got no dragons on the grave. Oh, no, he has Quackimary Drago. And I think a Blue Eye. So he does have some dragons. Let's see. What will Johnny do? Who will move on with a chance to make top 8? Alright, let's see. So it looks like he's going to banish. So he has Red MD. He's just debating on who to banish. Either Debris or Whitestone. I think maybe Johnny was a little nervous. Probably maybe it's I don't know if it's his first time on camera. Maybe he's had streams in Yu-Gi-Oh before. This is the first time I met him, so I know he watches the channel, so maybe he was a bit nervous being on camera. But overall, he's played well. The only argument is maybe he shouldn't have used that card destruction there, but haven't seen anything too egregious. Anyways, here comes Debris, Red MD, Kawakimaru Drago. So it leaves me at 23 to 4,000. And Johnny sets, reveals the blue eyes for Drago, and passes. So let's see what I can do. Oh, I have Solemn Mirror Force. Yes. So if he tries to heavy me again, I have the Solemn and then the Mirror Force. So here, what do? Do you summon Trooper and crash into the Quackimary Drago? Or do you attack over the Debris Dragon? So my decision was I chose to attack over the Debris Dragon because if Quackimary Drago's face up, he can't special summon any light or darks. So I'm okay with the Drago staying face up on the field. I'd rather get rid of the Debris Dragon. Remember, I have Mirror Force Solemn. Those are my 2 back rows. Yeah, Mirror Force Solemn and a Sirocco in my hand. So Card Trooper attacks over debris, so he'll take 900, so he's at 31. And yeah, he's pretty low, and so am I. So now this Mirror Force and Solemn has to get there. And then End Phase Decree. And I should have just scooped when he flipped that Decree. I was so defeated. I was like, oh my god, I thought I had a chance. Yeah, you can tell. It's like, I know I'm cooked, man. Oh, that Decree was painful. So here comes Debris Dragon. And here comes Vortex Trooper, Synchros. This is GG. So Johnny moves on. Yeah, I scooped. The Decree just, like, he's celebrating. So congrats to Johnny on the win. Knocks me out of the tournament. We'll see if Johnny can make it to top 8. My other loss was to Zombies. I lost to Zombies. It was crazy how I lost to Zombies. So, I was playing against Zombies. I have a Dark Arm, a Catastor, and an Oppression set. And the previous turn, he dropped Gores because he probably needed the Gores to make his Dark Arm live. So he goes, Special Summon Dark Arm. I oppress his Dark Arm. And then he brain controls my Dark Arm and wipes my field and comes back and wins the game. So yeah, I'm out. I still kept playing because I was trying to get 9 through 16. But as far as top 8, I had no shot. Didn't do too well. But just, you just lose to brain control. That was my first loss. Game 3, I lost to brain on my Dark Arm. And then this round, obviously, I lost to Dragon Turbo, Future Fusion. He opened Future Fusion, Game 3. Not much I can do. But it was still a fun event, and we'll be back soon for the rest of the tournament. Bye, guys.